Hi guys, my name is Lori with So At Peace. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my biggest fear when I first started my YouTube channel. First, I'm going to tell you about the things that weren't my biggest fear. So it wasn't, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I speak. I talk too slow. I'm not energetic enough. I look different. I'm too old for YouTube. I have a kid in high school. Why would anybody want to watch me? I say too many likes, so's. I honestly didn't realize how many times I said so. I knew about the ums and the likes, but when you start editing, you see how many times you say certain words. So I just said it again. So there's a feature in CapCut. I don't know if it's in all the editing softwares, but there's a little transcript feature. So you can do that and type in a certain word. So it can be the word So you type in and it'll show you all the times that you said it in the video. So you can easily just go in there and delete them. One piece of advice that I would give you if you do that is just to listen to that section back just to make sure it didn't delete any extra words, because the editing software will do that. It'll sometimes erase part of another word. So my biggest fear was actually, will I have enough to say in a video? So I'm naturally an introverted person. I don't typically have a whole lot of stuff to say to people. If it's a topic that I'm passionate about, or something that I'm very knowledgeable in, for instance, work. When I was an escrow officer, I had a lot of knowledge about title insurance, the escrow process. So the words easily came to me in those scenarios. So I'm the type of person that is a good listener. So I've always had friends come and share personal information with me. And that's great. I love that people feel comfortable talking to me about private matters. I remember when I was in my 20s, we had this group of friends, and there was one person in particular who I had met through a mutual friend. So I didn't really even know him that well, but every time we would go to these parties, he would come to me and talk to me when he had his little bouts of sadness. And I would just sit there and listen to him and not say anything. And that's just the kind of person that I am. So I've always been the person that listens, that doesn't interrupt. So it's kind of brought me out of my comfort zone to start my YouTube channel and be a little bit more talkative. But I think when you're talking about something that you're passionate about, again, the words just come to you. So if it's a topic that I'm interested in, I'm gonna have a lot to say, but if it's something that I don't have any interest in at all, then it's gonna be hard for me to talk about it. And yes, you're probably gonna struggle starting a YouTube channel about something that you just kind of care about, something that you're not passionate about. With that being said, you would be surprised at how easily the videos come together when you're filming. And you may not know everything that you're gonna say, but if you are somebody that is doing some type of demonstration or tutorial, you can just walk people through the process as if they've never done it before. So if you are doing a tutorial, like a sewing tutorial, just walk people through step by step as far as what you're doing. And that gives you some substance to your videos, so you're not just working. And another great thing is, like with sewing, sometimes, you really can't talk for 2 hours while you're making something, because some projects do take 2 hours. So what I do is just speed along certain portions of the video. So if it's repetitive sewing of a certain item, then I just speed through it. Or if it's cutting can sometimes take longer than sewing, then I'll speed through that. But that's a great thing about editing. And you can just put some music over it or do a voiceover if there's something that you want to talk about during the voiceover. And if you are somebody that has a cooking channel, if you've ever watched the Food Network channel, you've seen that they literally just walk you through the process. So they talk about the ingredients that they're using, where they source the ingredients, why they use organic versus non-organic, what temperature that they're putting the stove on. So all of those things, if you talk through it while you're doing it, it'll give you material for your video. So as you get more confident in your video making, you'll start sharing a little bit more information. I know in the beginning it seemed very forced, trying to talk about things that I could relate with to my viewers. So it could be things like, my dog swallowed a sock today, my daughter had band practice today, or this is how my weekend was, or here's a little snippet from my vacation. So those are just little things that come to you as you're filming. I think in the beginning, everybody's nervous. If you watch your videos back, I'm sure everybody cringes. I know I would cringe. Honestly, I haven't watched my first video back. I know it's terrible. Definitely cringy. Definitely something that I need to put on my to-do list is watch that video back again. I believe that you'll figure things out as you go. You don't have to have everything figured out in the beginning. So I'm gonna leave you with this last piece of advice. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I would say just go for it. Record yourself a couple of times and watch your video back. If you don't like it, if it's that terrible, then you don't have to post it on YouTube. But at least record the video, try the editing, and see what happens. Just keep an open mind and get out of your comfort zone, and just remember that nobody's first video is perfect, and not everybody has all the amazing editing capabilities. So again, you don't know if you're gonna like it if you don't try it. You can come up with a plan as well, and maybe you post every week, or maybe you have a goal to post every 2 weeks or every month. You may be a super busy person and only able to post once a month, which is fine. From what I've seen, it's recommended that you post at least once a week for the algorithm to keep you in front of people and keep your channel visible. I am most likely gonna do a goals video when I hit my 1 year mark. So my 1 year mark is February 5th of starting my business and my YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for that. If you're here for general YouTube advice, that's not what I typically do. My channel is a handmade small business sewing channel. So if that interests you, I would appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe. But I just want to make you aware that I typically don't do motivational or advice or YouTube related content. This is just an exception because I had the idea last night that I should talk about it, because I know it was something that I struggled with in getting my YouTube channel. I knew I wanted to do it, but it was just very scary. So, you put yourself in front of a lot of people, and people can be mean on the internet. So just be prepared for that. But if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe. If you want to see more sewing content, small business related content, and I hope you all have a joyful and peaceful day.